Hey, a quick review on a KAYO T2, which is the it's a 230cc. Had it for about a year and a half now. It gets used every day, just riding around the yard. So I would say it probably gets like half an hour every 2 days of riding, and the wife rides it around the learner track, so it doesn't get thrashed, but it gets a lot of use, and it's a good little bike for just probably learners, teenagers, and I just ride it around to the ladder box and back, and dogs chase after it, so it gets a run. But I mean, a year and a half, the knobbies are still, they're only just rounding. The chain, it's a cheap chain. I've tightened it, I think, twice, but it's a little bit rattly in here. But I mean, it's only a cheap bike compared to like a CRF or a TTR. But I think it's having disc brakes is better than, say, the TTRs or the older ones anyway. The Kickstarter isn't great, but I never use it. The battery's still good after a year and a half. She still, still starts, like just straight up. Like, it's warm now. I've been riding around the yard, so she's still kicking along. I've even still got the little bits of original plastic on it. It hasn't been completely pulled off yet. Yeah, I mean, the light, that's just an aftermarket. It comes with it, but they're just the same as the aftermarket ones. It's a little bit flimsy around here, but as I said, for the price, it's adjustable through there. I would say if you were looking at buying one, as long as you don't thrash it, I mean, the kids, are always on it, but they've got their bigger bikes to thrash, like YZ 250 and CRF 250. But I mean, really, I think it was like probably $2.5 grand or something Australian new. Might have been 2-3, I think. But she's still going well. Haven't even changed the oil yet. I think it's got the Yong Shen motor in it, as far as I can remember. I got one of them on my mowers, and it's pretty good. Yeah, but I guess if you wanted to thrash it, probably the T4, better suspension. Apparently they're pretty good for jumping and having a 250 motor. But just as a wife's bike, putting around the learner track, riding around the yard, it seems pretty bloody good. I mean, it does get a little bit of a, sun pops monos on it, not fast. But like, you just pop it up in the air and run along for 30 seconds and then pop it back down. So I wouldn't say it gets thrashed, but it gets a good ride. And as I said, we use it every day in the yard. I think it's pretty bloody good for the price. And I'm mainly just making this for longevity video. I think really, I've had it for a year and a half. I'll easily get another year and a half out of it before I have to do any maintenance. So you're looking at 3 years maintenance free. The chain still seems to be within its tensionable limit. So yeah, as long as you don't thrash the shit out of it, it'll be a good bike for cruising around on dirt roads. We're just up and down the hills here, so it gets a bit of a workout. But it's not hard enduro or anything. So yeah, I would recommend it as a decent bike for the money. It ain't no YZ, it ain't no CRF, it ain't no KTM, but for value for money, I'll give it a 10 out of 10 for value. Performance, well, it is what it is. It's probably a CRF 150 sort of style. no radiators. I'd probably say, you know, obviously the CRF's going to be a little bit better, but yeah, I'd probably say about CRF 10 out of 10, probably this 8 out of 10. But yeah, I wouldn't hesitate on buying another one. Probably if I did, I'd buy the T4. I only bought it because my wife was going to be riding it and it wasn't going to get thrashed. If I wanted to do some jumping, the T4. I wanted to go faster, the T4. Anyway,